Welcome back, tribe. I have this episode here from Big Ward, the genius. We watched one of his episodes when he was saying don't get married and don't have kids. He's got a confession. He's afraid. He hasn't been in years. It's looking like a good one by the views. Get into it.
Today is still Friday, September 27th, 2024. I am back with another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I've seen a lot in my lifetime. Experienced a lot. Pretty much have had a weird life. By certain standards, my life has been weird, strange, unusual. And I've seen some scary stuff, right? Been involved in some scary circumstances and situations.
Same.
But I wasn't scared.
Same.
I've been sitting on a street corner, right next to a man, and his brother shoot him. And I didn't take off running or nothing. I just looked like, damn. That didn't scare me. I'm sitting on a street corner, 19, 20 years old.
Mm-hmm. America's a crazy place.
Sitting on the side of another guy, and his brother walks up and pops him, his own brother.
No, that's crazy.
I looked at him. I looked down at his brother. The mama come running out the house, screaming and hollering, call the ambulance. The brother that side him just walked off. I'm just looking like just another day. That didn't scare me.
But what scares you? Is this election
I've
talk?
been in the middle of battle with that
economy talk.
I was nervous, but I wasn't scared. That ain't normal. I know that ain't normal. I've been hit close, point blank range. Wasn't fearing for my life. Don't know if I even cared if I left here or not. See, for a long time, I didn't care if I was here or not. Didn't care. Damn, Big Ward, you crazy. Might be. I ask myself that all the time. Am I normal? And a voice shouted in my head, hell no, you ain't. And that's a good thing. You don't need to be. So I left that alone.
Helps you survive.
I've seen some very desperate people that'll do anything to anybody. And I'm hanging around these people playing cards, shooting dice, laughing and joking with some people that'll do something to anybody and won't care. Had no remorse. Could have done me for any reason, for nothing. I wasn't scared. I'm going somewhere with this. And for y'all who take too long to get to the point, hitchhike on up out of here.
I'll do speed cuts on this, don't worry.
Moves right now, if you can't tell. So I'm trying to gather my thoughts. I'm trying to make this video, trying to get y'all to feel where I am right now.
Okay.
Because I'm talking about something that over my life when I should have been scared.
You weren't.
When most people be scared, a normal person would be scared, I wasn't.
So what are you scared about?
And the reason I'm telling you all this is because through all that I went through, that I wasn't scared. I done had enough illegal substances to get life in prison and never get out. And I wasn't scared.
Uh-huh.
There's been in some dark alley with some mean-looking fella.
Oh, man.
But today,
okay,
this day and time, I'm scared.
Okay.
Not in the...
Is it the economy? Is it the future? Is it the state of the country? Is it dating? I really have no idea why this has so many views. It's got to be super interesting.
That some people might say, like I'm scared of a dude and please don't hit me. No. Whether you call it scared, paranoia, what have you, I have this feeling of fear that I haven't felt, that I can remember in my lifetime, maybe a couple of times. I've been afraid. Why am I scared? Why do I have this feeling now? Because I have a feeling. So we're about to go through something. I don't know what it is.
Election. Okay.
But we're about to go through something that even I haven't experienced. With all the bullshit that I've experienced, I haven't experienced this. In spite of what all I done been through. Again, sit on the corner with a dude passing the stogie back and forth. Brother walks up, shoots his own. I knew pain. I knew crime. I knew bad people. This ain't none of that.
You're going to love me for the speed edits on this one. Golly.
This ain't just about bad people. If it was just about bad people, I can adapt to that. You know, I've been around bad people all my life. This deeper than just bad people.
Are we talking about the deep state? What are we talking about here?
Something else going on.
Okay.
Further than just somebody just trying to make some money. Once upon a time when we say follow the money. When you didn't understand what was going on, why is all this happening the way it's happening, you would say follow the money. This ain't got to do with no money.
Okay. Society.
This ain't about somebody trying to get some money.
Control and power, yeah.
I've seen trouble in my life, and all the trouble I've seen could be explainable. Just bad people. Just, you know, just something different. That's why I'm paranoid. You might say, well, Big Ward, what is it? That's the point. I don't know. All the other things I went through in life, I knew what it was, what was going on. I knew why that brother shot his brother. I knew why the dude sold his mama drugs. I knew all these things. I grew up around this. I see it all the time, see it every day. It's just life. Just right here, something totally different. Yes, I'm taking a long time to get to the point, because I don't know what the point is. That's why I'm scared.
Okay.
Not scared of you, not scared of him, not scared of no man walking around here. Like on that movie, Predator, when he told the dude, when the dude said, man, I'm scared. The Indian dude, old boy said, you ain't scared of damn man on this earth. He said, yeah, but this ain't no man. And that's how I feel right now. This ain't no man. This ain't just an everyday problem that we facing. Just an average, everyday problem. You know, long as you've been living, long as I've been living, we've all faced problems. There's always been problems. These ain't problems. I don't know what it is, but these ain't problems. I'm okay with just having problems. Just having problems don't bother me. That's a part of life. Life goes on, but these ain't problems.
Give me some context.
Just something telling me life ain't finna go on too much longer.
Okay.
That's where the fear comes in at. Because we dealing with so much right now that has never, they say there's nothing new under the sun. I've seen it. But where have we seen this before?
Are we talking inflation?
We got an election coming up.
Okay, here we go. Come on.
And
the divided country, the inflation, the runaway housing prices, gas prices, grocery prices, stagnant wages. Oh, it goes on and on. Is he touching up on this?
Never seen during the election. I've seen many elections.
Culture wars,
I've never seen an election like this.
Division, yeah.
Where people attack each other.
Yeah.
Based on who you're going to vote for.
Radicalization, yeah.
I've never seen no election like this. Have you?
Mm-mm.
Well, I believe that we've seen an assassination, 2 assassination attempts on a presidential candidate. We've seen a sitting president that don't know an a-hole from a hole in the ground. And he's still running things. That's we got a vice president who's running for president.
That wasn't elected there.
And the scariest part about that is she might win.
Mm-hmm.
Because stranger things are happening. So a highly unqualified, clueless woman winning the presidency is not impossible. Considering what else we got going on that's happening right now that don't make no sense. Mm-hmm. To me, that's scary too.
You got to look further back, not get caught up in the whole two-party system. Like the American dream, the pressure you're feeling, your dollar drying up in value, that's been going on for decades before Big Ward over here was even born. Man, this is 70, 80 plus years in the making. We have been on a steady decline. It's just hard to see because we grew up in our childhoods seeing what shit cost then, what it costs now, and we can measure that decline. And then we look at what our parents spent and have those comparisons with the data we have and go, wow, it's just getting worse and worse. But the point is, either of the two parties have always been in power during this entire time span. We have a rotten system that doesn't serve the people, and it's accelerated. Why? Because of things like Citizens United that made corporations people and they could donate unlimited amounts of funds to campaigns. So they could buy presidents. They could buy any official they want. Now we have a state that is in cahoots with big corporation. They're not separated. They work together to try to, suppress things, censor information, designate what misinformation is, erase people from the internet, suppress reach, right? Control the narrative. That's crazy. That was never a thing before. Private business was always his own thing. It always tried to exert power by buying off people, which was illegal. But for the most part, there was some level of separation and accountability. That disappeared. We have legal bribery in this country. It's called lobbying. We lobby our political class. That's bribery. It's really what it is. It's exchanging money and favors for influence. That's what it is. That's why so many of these people from, say, corporations, like heads of the FDA, somehow wind up, or in vice versa, right? Heads of pharmaceutical companies all of a sudden get jobs at the FDA. They're heads of the FDA. Former pharmaceutical CEOs head up the FDA. That's crazy. They got the government in their pocket now, or in cahoots with the government. I mean, we have a 2-tier system here. The government only governs for corporations, guys. If you haven't noticed, to be a corporation in America has never been better in the history of America than it is today. To be a private citizen in America, it's never been worse than today. George Carlin had a joke about this, actually. He had a punchline at the end that was saying, it's a big club and you ain't in it. where they have all the judges, all the state legislators, the congressmen, all the sheriffs, everything from local to like absolute federal level, all in their pockets. It's the ownership class. It's always been the haves versus the have-nots, but they've gotten the narrative down in society, and through culture war, they control us by division, that you pick this side, they represent this side picks that, they represent that, and the other side is trying to take your rights away, your freedoms away, and so they galvanize people into entrenching themselves into a party. Doesn't allow them to freely think, make their own decision because of the fear that's concocted to make them think that other party wins, my life's over, my way of life is being threatened. So the tribalism is what you're seeing today. It's never been worse than it has today. I think technology has something to do with that, but also there's a point where, the beginning of the end to American democracy happened. I think that was with the Patriot Act and Citizens United was like the 1-2 punch that basically ended America as we know it. And it ushered in this era of political theater at the expense of the average citizen. It's sad. I could go on about this on and on. Let's see what else it says.
That's scary too, because that happening let me know there's something bigger going on right here, right now, where we live. Last day, whatever you want to call it. Her winning will further prove my suspicion.
I agree. There's no way. Like the numbers, she can't be as popular as these like pollsters are saying. For example, Donald Trump went on the Joe Rogan podcast. It got something like 30 something million views. It was basically doing 24 million plus views in 24 hours, something to that extent. It should have been trending all over the internet. It was, except YouTube had a glitch where you couldn't find it for the first like 4 or 5 hours or something like that, first half a day or a few days. I don't even know who gives a shit. There's always a glitch when something like that happens. And Kamala went on some stupid ass show called Call Her Daddy, and that got like 500,000 views. And that shit's been up for like weeks, over a week for sure. And they need to get celebrities to endorse her. Like every celebrity's coming out of the fucking woodworks. All these like diddlers are just appearing out of nowhere. Like they got a magic wand and go, we'll release the tape of you if you don't do what you are told. And so all they go up on the stage and they're like, I hate that part, Kamala. She can save us. She's pro-blah. Because they got the tape right up your ass, bro. The moment you really speak your mind, your career's over. Okay. It's so weird. Like they need celebrity. Meanwhile, normal people are endorsing some of the common sense policies by the other side. But again, campaign promises. How many of them will be kept? I don't know. I'm disillusioned because we've had this same system forever and it's not fucking working. And problem 2 is, how much could you really turn a country around in 4 years? I don't know if you can do much in 4 years, given how entrenched special interests are and the people in the suits who really make the decisions. Think about it. A little known fact, J.D. Vance worked with Peter Thiel, which is a billionaire, which basically inserted his man in Trump's campaign in exchange for like, I don't know, $100 million or some shit like that. Don't quote me on that, but just, look for yourself. I don't know, man. I mean, there's levels to this shit that the average person can't see. I just know for the average person, it ain't looking good. That's all I'm saying. Now, obviously, one side seems way worse than the other. But we got to have a conversation about how the hell we even got this low in the first place.
How many times can I say this? As many as necessary. As many times as it takes. We ain't got much longer. We don't have much longer.
Talk to me.
Maybe I wasn't scared when I was younger, because maybe I was thinking I had some more time left. So therefore, whatever was going on around me didn't scare me because I knew I got some time left. Whether I had some time left or not, I thought I did. So maybe that's why I wasn't scared. I saw this man get shot right here, but I still thought I had some time left. I got shot, still thought I had some time left. I just knew I was going to make it. Wasn't worried about it. I didn't, the thought that I wasn't going to make it never crossed my mind. Thinking that these folks going to catch me with all this stuff and I go do life in prison, I didn't think that was going to happen. That wasn't possible. In my mind, my warped thinking. But now I'm at a point now where I'm starting to see and believe, not just for me, for everybody, we ain't got much time. I ain't thinking like I was thinking back then, the way I was just so, I ain't gonna say I was brave, maybe I was a young fool, but I thought I had time. I don't think that no more. It ain't got to do with my age, because I'm not an old man. I'm good and fit and healthy, strong, courageous, sharp as a tack, and I still don't think, not just me, I don't think we got much time. Am I just paranoid? Am I the only one?
It's crazy.
What are you talking about, Big Ward? I don't effing know. And that's the scary part for me. Because I normally know. I normally can give you an explanation of what the hell this
See, what he's feeling is like that illusion that has deteriorated from like government, from all the entities, all the experts, the authorities in our lives, all the 3-letter agencies we're supposed to respect. And we thought they had our best interest at heart. After COVID, after lockdowns, after that entire debacle and how that was handled. And looking back, what we know now, nobody feels like they can trust the government anymore. Nobody feels like the government has their best interest at heart, even if that illusion was maintained. We found out that doctors are just as clueless as everyone else on certain topics. Also, they are in bed with certain pharmaceutical companies that provide kickbacks. So they don't even have your well-being at heart. They're basically trained to be pharma dispensing machines. The system failed millions of Americans, or millions of people worldwide, actually, millions of hardworking people. The system failed them. We didn't have enough relief that we needed from having our jobs closed down. We were forced to get a shot. We had no bodily autonomy, no say, or we couldn't work, or our job was going to fire us, or we couldn't leave our city. We couldn't even be out in the streets. Sometimes you would be getting fined for trying to exercise. Remember, people in California were on the beach trying to exercise 6 feet apart. They told us 6 feet apart, do this fucking jumping jacks on the beach. Oh, you get a fine. You do this again, you get arrested. You can't be out here. We're in lockdown. Oh, but wait, a few months later, if that, you can go into a restaurant. They're open on a limited basis if they have like outside terraces, or hold on, forget the outside terraces. We will now just do 6 feet apart. So it's like every other table is allowed to be filled. Okay, so the virus, with me and my mask on, doesn't care that I'm walking in there into a enclosed room where everybody else is eating. They have to take their mask off when they sit down. Somehow, magically, me with my mask off is talking to the waiter going, yeah, I would like this order. Blah, blah, blah. Germs just being spread back and forth between the people I came with and everybody else who's not masked and eating, because that was what you had to do. Obviously, you're not going to put your mask up like this and just like eat and then put it back down. And then the rule of the day was, you put this thing back on when you stand up to go to the bathroom or when you walk out of the establishment. It made no sense whatsoever. We got to see our whole government literally shooting at the hip with the rules, not knowing what the fuck they're doing and looking like complete amateurs. And that's when everybody was like, oh shit, we are way more vulnerable than we ever thought. Oh, the people leading us are very incompetent. Oh, wow, we're not built to survive or even handle a real emergency. And all that happened was the greatest wealth transfer in human history. The middle class almost disappeared overnight. All the money got sucked up. Billionaires and multimillionaires made stupendous amounts of profits. They were gaming the system with all those reliefs they got for the businesses. I forgot what they even called them in the United States, but you could apply for like 100K plus loans. Whole bunch of companies worth like Tom Brady, multiple millionaires already with huge companies were using that very money that was supposed to be to small businesses, enriching themselves. Oh, wow, look at all this inflation. We printed so much money, it went into the pockets of the very few, and now we wonder why shit is so expensive for everyone else. Unbelievable. Now we got wars going on and shit. Israel and I don't know how many fucking terrorist organizations and nations, and shit's about to pop off with who knows what over in the Middle East. Then we got Russia and Ukraine going at it. That whole thing is just a fucking mess. Another war on a European continent again. And looks like it will spill over into some other crazy shit with North Korea's troops landing in there helping them. Now we got 2 nations versus 1, plus the aid of like 30 others. What is happening here? The whole world seems to be hinging on the U.S. elections. Each side is going to contest whoever wins anyways. They're going to say there's some fraud and manipulation happening. What? We've never been more uncertain in our entire system in our lifetimes, because no matter who got elected, it was like a status quo before these last, say, 8 years, before Trump, before the system started imploding on itself. It was like, oh yeah, Democrats, Republicans, yeah, status quo, yeah, the same shit will happen. One will say something about taxes, borders, blah, 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 small business, help here, this and that, yeah, progressive rights, blah, blah. And then somewhere along the way, radical ideas were just injected into society. We got people dressing up as the other gender. We got kids identifying as a million things. You know what I mean? You can't really talk about your opinion on certain topics because, boom, you're going to get censored, suppressed, or fired somehow. Our free speech is somehow like quasi murdered on the internet, but you still have it out in public on the streets in the US. But if you have an American company and you're an American citizen and you say something online and they suppress your speech, that somehow does not count. You're not covered by the First Amendment. Well, yeah, it's so weird. What time are we living in? We can't trust our neighbor anymore because they snitched on us during COVID. Remember, they had the little snitch hotlines, bro, like it was commie days. We had the secret police and shit. The Gestapo Karens would call, he's having a party in his backyard. There's more than 3 people gathered here. So I have the cops come busting down your door to fine you and arrest you and shit like, what? I think people figured out the illusion of democracy is a very, very thin veil. And we're 2 little moves away from tyranny. And that's scaring the shit out of people.
Whether I had the wrong answer or not, I'm used to having some type of answer. Even if I was wrong, I was either right or wrong. Never had much, I don't know. I'm at an I don't know moment right now. I don't know if y'all can relate or understand where I'm coming from when I say I've either been right or I've been wrong, but I haven't been, I don't know. Understand it, I was able to figure it out. Ain't nothing we can do right now. Ain't no studying, ain't nobody you can go ask. None of us know what the hell's going on right now. So that makes me scared. Oh, I thought you were strong. I'm a human being. Courageous enough to admit I ain't worried about no enemy. I ain't worried about what nobody think about me. I'm effing scared. I don't know what the hell going on. I can't even give you the wrong answer. So therefore, not knowing scares me. I like to know. I want to know where I am at all times. I made my living. I made my life. I got here knowing where I was, what I was doing, how to. Now I don't know jack shit. Now I came to the conclusion, y'all don't know a damn thing about what the hell going on right now, and y'all don't either. We all got speculation, deep state, Illuminati, days,
Get them.
aliens.
Get them.
Ain't none of that stuff explained. We got our borders wide open. They just want a Democrat just want a new voter. Ain't got no goddamn voter.
Get them.
We don't know. I don't know. You don't know.
You know some of it. You seen enough. Yeah. You said enough.
Pray if you believe in that sort of thing. And for those who want to ask me, well, Big War, what should we do? Pray.
Now it's time for action.
That's
Don't
all
pray.
I'm going to do. Do what's in front of you. The mistake I made, which I'm going to stop doing, that's going to erase my fear. That's what I'm going to do about the fear that I'm experiencing.
Hey, look, man, there is a lot of uncertainty. I wanted to visit the States because I miss my friends, miss some of my family there. I just want to go hiking. I miss the nature. And I'll be honest, like, I need to see how the election pans out first, who wins. Second, what's going to happen in the streets? Is it just going to be a whimper, or is there going to be chaos and protest and who knows what? Is somebody going to try to contest the results? I don't know. I don't know. I would like to wait for that shit to blow over and go from there. But I'm telling you, if you're living in America right now, uncertainty is on everybody's minds. A feeling of uneasiness is washed over the whole nation. For the first time in a long time, we don't feel like we're in control. Countries don't respect us at all anymore internationally. I mean, shit is going south. They're openly talking shit about the United States, openly plotting against the United States. We have no respect. We're not the world police. Like, American hegemony is kind of deteriorating before our very eyes. People are coming out with their own financial systems or payment systems like BRICS. Other companies are hoarding, or countries are hoarding gold, like preparing for economic crashes. Talk of the town is the Fed has lost control of monetary policy. Although cutting 50 basis points, we now have a new record bond yield on the 10-year, I believe. It's gone up and up and up. That is a huge red flag for the entire economy. It seems like we're in a massive bubble and it all cannot continue. And the reality of is we could potentially be staring something like a depression from 1920s, which is what everybody desperately doesn't want. But how long can the circus continue? Because that's what feels off. Shit doesn't cost the same as it should. Things have gotten inexplicably expensive while companies say they have record profits. But the stock market's having a record year. But there's nothing but ghost jobs. No one's hiring. And if they're hiring, it's for shit wages. You can't live off them. Wages are still too low. And nobody wants full-time jobs because they're not offered. It's like part-time. So companies can avoid all the benefits they would have to pay out to employees. So people are working sort of a gig economy where they need to be Ubering Eats and shit. just to make ends meet or have their own side hustle. It's strange, man. We live in a very strange time today. We really do. Nothing is as it seems. People are just trying to make it. Shit doesn't flow like it should. I mean, you got random shit happening. I just remember like billionaires building bunkers and shit. Remember how much, who was it? Zuckerberg, I think, built like some billionaire bunker house somewhere in, I don't know, was it Hawaii or something? All the other ones in New Zealand. What the fuck? Like, what do they know? Warren Buffett just sold like half of his shares. He's sitting on some of the largest reserves of cash right now. The most prolific investor of all time is like selling all. We don't even know how much he sold since that last report that he sold half. He could be winding out of all his positions potentially. That's insane. What's happening? People, gold's going up, record highs. Oh my God. It's almost like there's some collapse incoming. Do we need a world war to just wipe the map clean, all the bank accounts to zero, start over on all that debt we owe? What's happening here? I don't fucking know, dude. And I'm not trying to find out. Because who's going to be having to fix that shit? Millions of normal, everyday men that feel disillusioned, sent to the front lines, dude. To what? To reset the board? I don't know. Certainly interesting times. This was Big Ward, the genius. Links will be in the description. Let me know what you guys think, what you've been feeling. If you're in finance or you're banking or investments or construction or whatever industry that you're in, let us know in the comments so we can maybe piece together this puzzle of how your industry is doing today as compared to the past, like, you know, housing, everything. If you're in real estate, if you're a builder, whatever it is that you're doing, anything, guys, just how are the orders, the invoicing, the customers, the clients, the retention rates, the sales, everything. Tell us, like, are all industries kind of doing bad right now, despite the reporting and record profits? Who's actually doing well versus what everybody else is seeing? Because some shit's not adding up. And I want to read in the comments if there is something that we can glean, a better picture of how all these industries are really performing. Because the government numbers are looking fucked up. They're telling us shit's great and inflation is down. We got record jobs and all this shit. It don't feel like it. It don't feel like it at all. I don't know, man. Anyways, yeah, I'll be really curious to read that stuff. Links are in the description below, guys. And we'll see you on the next one. It's a good topic.